Good afternoon, everybody. This is Monique Warden. I am your sacred conjure woman. I am your intuitive healer. I am your diviner. I am your hand worker, and I am your light worker for God. And I am so happy to welcome you to my Sacred Conjure for Womb Wellness channel. For those of you who do not know what Sacredconjure is your spiritual, biblical, and universal ability to call forth blessings of abundance through prayer, affirmation, and magical means. On today, I will be discussing the Sacredconjure approach to womb wellness. One of the key things that I want to just know some things about you. Have you ever started your womb healing journey and just stopped? Like you started the Sacred Woman Journey by Queen Afua, and you basically, you got anxious, you got really excited, you got really nervous, and you stopped before you even started. So I want to address that today because, like many of you, I am guilty of the same sin, right? Do you have a desire or a yearning to start your deep healing journey, but the Sacred Woman program may not resonate with you spiritually? Well, I'm here today to address these things because I'm just like you. Right? And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey as a sacred woman and what my transition as a womb wellness coach means to you, and how I am going to help you balance out your transition, commit to your womb healing journey, provide you with incredible resources, state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line womb wellness product, because at the end of the day, it is my goal as a womb wellness practitioner to promote womb health, but also provide you all with resources and products that are of phenomenal quality to help balance out all of the elements and the practicum of womb wellness. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I began the Sacred Woman journey about 5 years ago. And so you all know that Sacred Woman, right, is a movement that was launched by none other than Queen Afua, right? And so 5 years ago, I started this journey because I had run into these every year. I was residing in Brooklyn, New York at the time, and I had the wonderful opportunity to take part in grand, awesome activities at a particular park in Brooklyn. They had tables and booths, and you could buy your earrings, your incense, your oils, and learn about all of the different healing modalities. They had drum circles. I mean, it was awesome. Awesome. And so I came across Queen Afua's table, and they were giving out the like samples of her product, the Breath of Life, giving samples of some of her green products. And so I had heard about the Sacred Woman book. After meeting with a couple of people at the table, I went out and I purchased the book accordingly. Like you, and like many of us, I opened the book and I was shocked, right? I was in a state of shock. One, because I was looking for the healing. I was looking for something to help me during my transition and some of the things and some of the concerns that I was having at that time, which I will get to very shortly. My issue was that I was Christian. I was a Christian woman. And when I say Christian, I went to church on Sunday. I went to church on Monday for women's Bible study. I was in church on Wednesdays for the pastor's Bible study. and I was very active in my church community. So I took part in yet another Bible study that happened on Fridays for what they called the 20s and 30s. So we had a young adult ministry, and that's my son in the background. And so, like many of you, when I opened the Sacred Woman book, I was met with a language that I didn't understand. I was met with discussions about deities and altars and all of the things that are not so Christian and not so religious. And so that was a big deterrent for me personally, right? And I know that there are many of you who are out there who are feeling the same way, or have picked up the book and are dealing with that same wrestling of emotion. And so one of the key things that I will point out is that I needed the healing, right? And here's why. When I had gone into the park, right, maybe I would say almost a year before that, I had gone through several transitions, and that was the appeal of the Sacred Woman program when I had run into her program at this park, right? They touched on some of the intimate areas that I really, really, really needed help with, and that was what stuck out to me. And so here's what I will say. I had given birth to my son, and that was a very, very, very traumatic experience for me because I almost lost my baby, and almost losing my baby, I almost lost my life. So my birthing experience was not very positive. Secondly, I had suffered 2 miscarriages shortly after, and I had a failed relationship. And my mind was slowly but surely going with it, right? And unfortunately, I had, even after meeting with the sisters at Queen Afua's table, I had ended up hitting, unfortunately, I hit my breaking point. And so, I was not able to start the Sacred Woman journey. At that particular time, I sought professional help because there were other factors and other things at play there that needed to be addressed by a professional. Nonetheless, even in me seeking professional help, there were still some intimate areas of concern that I really needed support in. So there is, of course, the element of you getting help. And then you still need to have parameters for you to be supported on your journey of healing and transition. So there's a difference between being helped, and there is a difference between healing and transition, right? And so I sought professional help, and I was still lacking support in the areas of concern. The miscarriage, the traumatic birthing experience that really shaped and was a very key ingredient to the degradation of my sanity. Okay, so there were other factors, and then this was just an add-on. I have been through a lot. I've suffered homelessness. I've suffered abuse, and so I have been through it. I've been through from the hell pit, fire, and back. Okay, and so one of the key things that I want to point out is that while I was getting the professional help that I needed, I got an opportunity to learn other healing modalities such as Reiki. I learned a lot of key elements about stones and crystals and how they could support you on your healing journey. I learned how some spiritualists could help you, their intuitive insight and things of that nature. And that shaped a very different approach to the area of healing that I needed, okay? And so, for me, I was at a place in my life, like I would say, life or death, right? Like, I guess in Reverend Val, she talks about being at the point of no return. I had already gotten there because I was on medications. I had my child to take care of. I was, you know, on my last leg at work, trying to hold on to my sanity, trying to be a good Christian woman at the same time. And so, but 2 + 2 just wasn't adding up, and I needed more help. And so, I was open to any and everything, anything that could help me get my mind back so that I could be a better mother to my child and heal from within. And so it wasn't until then that I started to tap into other healing modalities. I had gotten my first go at Reiki. I had gotten my first reading. And things of that nature. And so it was a really, really, really difficult transition because I was met with different languages, and I didn't understand the candle thing. I didn't understand the Ankh thing. I mean, there was a lot of resistance there. And so here I am today, your sacred conjure woman, and I have found a wonderful, wonderful balance. How to balance out hold on to my foundation while completing the Sacred Woman journey. And this balance has set me free in more ways than I can explain. So for many of you, I know that oftentimes the Sacred Woman program is promoted as something that is comedic and something that you have to commit to. You have to let go of your religion. You have to let go of your belief system or replace one belief system with the next. And on today, I am simply saying that I want each and every woman that joins me on this journey to hold on to your religion. Hold on to your belief system. Hold on to what supports you spiritually while you are healing. And the reason why I say this is because when you are healing, you need all of the support and the guidance that you need. This is not a religious thing. This is a universal thing. This is a spiritual thing. And you need the support and the guidance from your ancestors. You need the support of the foundation that has already paved the way to keep you sane, to keep you alive, to keep you afloat. You still need to be able to source from your original foundation. What Queen Afua has created is a movement. It is not just a religion that you commit to, or a cult, or anything of that sort of. It does require an open mind. However, it does require an open mind. Nonetheless, even with that, you have to be open to learning something new for you to get from point A to point Z in your healing journey. Now, especially when it comes to deep healing. Deep healing is one aspect of it. And so, while I will touch on some elements of deep healing on this channel, my goal as a sacred conjure and the Sacredconjurewombwellness is to provide you all with information and resource. I am an intuitive healer. I am a diviner. I am a spiritual practitioner, and my practices are universal. They encompass metaphysics. They encompass the biblical principles that I was grounded and rooted in. You know, I was born to 2 parents who were Christian. I was baptized Christian, and 25 years of my life was spent in Christianity. And I see no need to let go of my foundation to take on just a deep healing journey. And some of her principles are very universal, especially about eating right, using food as medicine, paying more attention to your womb, sourcing some of the healing powers of the universe and your ancestors, the people who may have passed on that can support you on your journey. And so this is not a religious thing. This is a universal thing. And so my thought process is for you all to stay true to your foundation, stay true to what's unique to you. However, keep an open mind. Be a little bit more flexible so that you can get the healing that you need. And I know that if it has worked for me, certainly it will work for you. Now, As it pertains to products and services, I will have a website and a beautiful store up to create a very harmonious shopping experience for women who are healing, so that you don't have to deal with the trauma of looking and searching for various different products and buying one product from one site and another product from another. Paying exuberant amounts of money for your all natural products, and paying high shipping, different taxes for each and every product that you purchase. I find that I want to add an element of ease and comfort for each and every one of you as it pertains to your shopping and your spiritual needs. So in this store, you will find your all natural feminine care products. You will have your yoni eggs, you'll have your incense, you'll have your crystals, and I have some phenomenal all natural, organic, USDA certified products. I have that for the bentonite clay, which is phenomenal. We could when I'm teaching how to create your womb clay packs and things of that nature, for those of you who would like to join me in the Premier Pearl Womb Wellness Club. So with that in mind, if you have an interest in being trained as a womb wellness advocate, by all means, and this is the Sacredconjure approach to womb wellness, you're more than welcome to hit me up. I will have my information in the drop down, sacredconjure@gmail.com or sacredconjurewombwellness@gmail.com. My contact details is actually on my website at moniquewarden.com, and I will be promoting a special starting tomorrow. I will be giving $30 30-minute readings for 34 women from now up until July 7th. So for $30 for 30 minutes, I will be doing womb wellness, wisdom for healing readings. So for those of you who would like to just get a little consultation and you need a more supportive starting point, I am here for you. And my message is universal. This is for the Christian woman who is looking to start her sacred woman journey, for the Muslim woman who is looking to start her sacred woman journey, for the Jewish woman who is looking to start her sacred woman journey. You all are welcome, because in this space, we treat that which is sacred, sacred. And there is every religion has its station, and I don't want anyone to feel like they are excluded from this journey in womb wellness simply because your beliefs are different from the masses, right? You can still get the healing that you need. You can still access your divine feminine. You can still access your strength and being exactly where you are. So I, your sacred conjure woman, Monique Warden, is going to meet you exactly where you are. Just reach out to me. My information will be in the drop down. Once again, if you would like to learn more about becoming a womb wellness advocate, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at sacredconjure@gmail.com or sacredconjurewombwellness@gmail.com, and you can contact me or send me a text message. I'll provide my contact details at the bottom of this video. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you for joining me. Invite your friends, like, share, and subscribe. Peace and blessings, everybody.